Trustee Giesser.
Here.
Trustee Frizzaloni. Here. Trustee Schwartzy.
Here.
Trustee McCarthy.
Here.
Mayor Severino.
Here, please stand and face the flag. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Their motion to approve the minutes of our June 17, 2019 Village Board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Frizzaloni. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee LaRocca.
Aye.
Trustee Giesser.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartzy.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Under listening post, number 1 is swearing in of Michael Zackert as deputy chief. Now I feel underdressed, see? We did the summer thing about no ties, but I got Officer Zalick here, a trustee, he had to wear a suit.
I told you you were going to get.
I wore a dress and look nice.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Zucker,
Solemnly swear that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
solemnly swear that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Carroll Stream,
the ordinances of the Village of Carroll Stream,
and that I will faithfully discharge,
and that I will faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of Deputy Police Chief of the Village of Carroll Stream,
the duties of Deputy Police Chief of the Village of Carroll Stream.
dated at Carroll Stream, Illinois, this first day of July 2019. Congratulations, Deputy. Before he makes the speech, I want to say a few things. First of all, this was really a tough one because we had three great candidates. And when you look at having, we have such a good police department and trained so well, that it makes it tough to make decisions. But when it was all said and done, this was the decision that was made. And the other two, I'm sure, will be here and they'll be moving right up, and that means more of them. So I want to thank you for all the hard work, the master's degree, being certified as a chief already. I mean, you, Cooper, and, yes.
Cummings.
Coming.
So I'm going to give you your badges. If somebody you want to have pen.
Get him.
Dan Cummings.
Come on, through the skin.
Mike, is it on right? Mike.
I want to thank everybody in the back for being here. You don't know how much that means to me.
Mike.
Mike, picture with the board.
You stand in front, you'll block me out. Got that badge. Looks good. One, two, three.
2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations again. Under listening posts, we have introduction of a new employee, Enrique Ospina, Building Maintenance Administrative Department. I just met Enrique coming in the front of the building, and I thought he was like a movie star. I love that name. Enrique, come up to the front, please. Bring that good-looking son of yours, too. He's shy. He's coming? And your wife is back there. She's welcome to come up, too. You're part of our family now. Come on, come on, come on.
Say hi.
Huh?
All right, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Enrique Ospina, as you guys already know. I am humbled and grateful for this opportunity that has been given to me. I would personally like to thank Joe, Carol, Mark, has been very helpful, and Rick. Rick has been my mentor throughout this time and my teacher. Great teacher. To say I know half of what he knows is an exaggeration. He knows so much. I would also like to thank my beautiful wife and my wonderful son, Noah. They've been with me since day one. So a little bit about myself. I've been a current resident of Carroll Stream for about 4 months. And we believe it would probably be a lifetime since we just bought a house actually a mile down the road.
There you go.
Before coming here, I was working for the Schaumburg Park District for about 3 years, but then came to realize that groundsman work wasn't what I wanted to do long term. Started looking, and that's when I came across this position. Before Schaumburg Park District, I was actually in the military, in the Marine Corps, in a Marine Corps infantry unit. I loved everything about that job, from meeting friends I'll never forget to standing post all night, sleepless nights standing post. I loved fighting for my country, but it's not a very family-oriented occupation, so I decided to do my 4-year term and get out. Actually, my son was born during my first tour, and I didn't get to meet him until he was about 5 months old, so that was pretty heartbreaking for me. Coming from a military background, I have that dedication and that commitment to do my job to the best of my ability, and that integrity to look for help when I need it. In the end, I've met so many people. There's so many people I should be thanking, but I've met so many people within this past week, I don't remember names, so I apologize.
That's okay.
But,
I have a problem with that, too.
but in the end, I'm excited to see what the future will bring for me here at the Village of Carroll Stream. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and thank you. Welcome aboard.
Welcome. When you said that, they all were, just thought I'd let you know that.
Welcome.
Welcome as a resident and as a family member.
He's shy, I'm sorry.
Under addresses from the audience, we have one today. We have Mr. Jim Benson. Everybody knows Jim Benson. Jim Benson let us get in his dream to build what we built at the town center. So, Jim, would you please come to the mic and tell us why you're here? We already raised the money. We did everything
And we
we
got no
wanted.
more.
We're all going to heaven, I'll tell you right now.
Well, actually, I'm gonna recruit Enriquez over here. Before you
Enrique,
leave.
get out quick.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jim Benson. I am the former commander of the Carroll Stream Veterans of Foreign Wars. And as you know, we have been working on a project for 4 years to build a new Veterans Memorial over in Carroll Stream. Who do I talk to?
You can give us your back, we've seen enough of you. No,
Anyway, I got 3 minutes, so I gotta get this done. They're gonna throw me out, they said. I am here tonight, not as an official of the VFW Carroll Stream, but as a citizen of Carroll Stream. I have never been more proud to be part of a group of people than the task force and the people sitting behind me who work together with the Carroll Stream Park District to build that new memorial. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, by all means, please stop by and take a look at it. I am here just to really thank you guys for all your support, working together nicely with other people and playing nice, everything you learned in kindergarten. And after 4 years, we've built a pretty nice memorial to honor our veterans. So thank you, thank the community, thank you guys. How much time do I have left?
Still got about a minute.
you keep thinking that you could stand up there all night.
Well, I do have an idea though for another project.
Okay,
Look at,
please.
you notice how all the heads went down? I'm only joking, guys. Really, I just want to thank you. I have seen more people at that memorial in 4 weeks than I have seen in 20 years here in Carroll Stream at the original memorial over on Thunderbird. I don't know how it all came together, but it all came together. And for that, I thank you. And again, I am proud to be part of this. I've also learned who to call if I have a problem in Carroll Stream with either my streets or my lights outside or just any trouble, because I know where to find you guys now. So thank you very much, and again,
Well, Jim,
Please stop here.
really, what I want to say is, when I say, and I've said it before, and I'll say it till I die, if it wasn't for you and putting us in your dream to build that memorial, that's how much it meant to you. And when you told me the story about Vietnam, when you came back from Vietnam, I had a lot of friends that were in Vietnam. I'm a little older than you are. I had a lot of friends that come back from Vietnam and had the same problem that you did. It kind of like stuck with me and everybody up here. And a lot of people that helped raise the money, and a lot of people that gave money that were in Vietnam that came back and were under the same bad circumstances. But they didn't realize you got drafted to go. Back then, there was a draft. Today, you go because you want to go. Then you got drafted. You had no choice. And to come back and be treated the way you did was just isn't fair. I've lived that my whole life with all my friends, my brother-in-law, cousins that all went and came back the same way. So thank you for letting us be part of your dream and help make this whole thing possible.
thank you very much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
by the way, I became a grandfather on Saturday.
Congratulations. And the reason we stepped it up is he told Jim Reuter, well, can we get this done before I die? And Jim looked at him like, no one says anything like that, but it's done, enjoy it, and all of the veterans, and bring your families out there and enjoy it. That's why it's where it's at.
By the way, one other thing.
Your 3 minutes is up.
Concerns over there. One of them was a garbage can. All of a sudden it showed up. I don't know who I talked to, but whoever did it, there was a garbage can over there so I could clean up every time I go over there. So
Well-
even today, everybody's playing nice, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Go visit the grandbaby. Their motion to establish a consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Swarzy, seconded by trustee Fruzaloni. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Zalik.
Aye.
Trustee Laraca.
Aye.
Trustee Giesers.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzloni.
Aye.
Trustee Schwarzy.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read what's on the consent agenda?
Certainly. Under Board and Commission reports, number 1, Plan Commission Zoning Board of Appeals, A, 19-0008, Triumph Construction Services, Dynamic MD, 250 North Schmale Road, continued to July 22, 2019 Plan Commission meeting.
Yes.
We don't do anything on that.
That's right.
Continued.
Yes, because it was continued, sorry. B, 19-0012 Simonetta Residence, 1303 Sheffield Court, zoning code variance, rear yard setback, recommend approval 5 to 1, 5 to none to 1 dissent.
Yes.
Yes.
Under staff reports and recommendations, number 1, MAP contract ratification.
Yes.
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 Number 2, WRC solar energy assessment.
Yes. Yes.
Number 3, municipal center renovation project recap.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4, recommendation to rescind approval of a contract for sanitary sewer assessments with Red Zone Robotics, Inc.
Yes.
Yes.
Under ordinance, we have an ordinance approving a zoning code variation rear yard setback, Simonetta Residence, 1303 Sheffield Court.
Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2019-7-21. Under resolution, we have a resolution declaring surplus property owned by the village.
Yes.
That's Resolution 3097. Under new business, reappointments to the Board of Fire and Police Commission of Keith Briggs and Eric Dunn.
Yes.
Yes.
Under payment of bills, regular bills, June 18, 2019 through July 1, 2019.
Yes.
Yes.
Addendum warrants, June 18, 2019 through July 1, 2019.
Yes.
Yes.
There a motion to put those items on the consent agenda?
Second?
Moved by trustee LaRocca, seconded by trustee Giesert. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Zalik.
Aye.
Trustee LaRocca.
Aye.
Trustee Giesert.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzloni.
Aye.
Trustee Shorzy.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve those items by omnibus vote?
So moved. Second.
Moved by trustee Frizzloni, seconded by trustee McCarthy. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Zalik.
Aye.
Trustee LaRocca.
Aye.
Trustee Giesert.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzloni.
Aye.
Trustee Shorzy.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Looks like we're right to the report officers. It was quick, and trustee LaRocca, it's all yours.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to congratulate Deputy Chief Michael Zackert. Congratulations, job well done, and I know you're going to be an outstanding deputy chief for our department. Welcome to Enrique Espina. I know you're going to have a long career with Carroll Stream, and I know you're going to do a great job. And the last thing, I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. I hope everybody is safe, and fireworks are fun, but they're dangerous and they are illegal. So leave the fireworks to the professionals and have a great 4th. That's my report.
Thank you, trustee LaRocca. Trustee Giesert.
Thank you very much. Also, congratulations to Deputy Chief Zockert. He'll do a terrific job. Also, Enrique Ospino, congratulations and welcome to the team. As trustee LaRocca said, Thursday is the 4th of July, and that means the 4th of July parade is upon us at 10 a.m. So hopefully we'll see you at the parade. Now, some of you may have been monitoring your weather apps, and some apps are saying scattered showers, and some are saying thunderstorms. So here's my official statement. The Carroll Stream 4th of July Parade Committee is working with the village staff and the police to monitor all the weather conditions for this parade on Thursday. If there is a need to cancel or delay the parade, the information will be posted on the Carroll Stream Parade Facebook page or the Carroll Stream Parade website. Of course, everybody will start sharing it, but we are on top of it. Village Manager Bob Meller and I met this morning to talk about it. I met with Sergeant Cummings earlier. Is that his name?
That's Sergeant Cummings, yeah. Rub it in. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I spoke with him, talked to him, and we'll be meeting daily just to make sure everybody will be safe along the parade route. And that is my report.
Thank you, trustee Giesert. Nice job on the parade again, raising money and all the
Thank you.
fundraisers. Thank you
Certainly.
for all that hard work. Trustee Swarzy.
Thank you, sir. Also, congratulations to Deputy Chief Zockert. Looking forward to his successful transition from commander to deputy chief, and to make this great department even better. So good luck and best wishes. And Enrique Ospina, what a great introduction he gave, and welcome to Carroll Stream. One of the things we voted on today was the Water Reclamation Center to do an assessment of using solar panels there. Is that correct?
Yes.
Again, just another show that Carroll Stream is a leader in environmental initiatives. And Phil, do you have anything to mention about that, or?
Sure, I'm really excited to undertake this project. I've been reading about other treatment plants that use alternative fuels. Some are able to actually capture gas from the process, but we don't have that type of plant. And some use wind power, not really the location for that. But solar, especially with some of the wide open space we have there, could actually provide us with some significant reduction in electrical use. I know this city of Galena operates their sewage treatment plant with a very large solar field. And the best part of this is because of the contract we have with our operator, Jacobs Engineering, what we negotiated into our 10-year contract was $50,000 worth of free engineering in the first 5 years and $50,000 in the second 5 years. We've consumed about $35,000 of that through 3+ years. This study will be about $12,000 to $13,000. So we'll still have a little bit left in the first 5 years. So we'll get this feasibility study done by a company that's done solar energy projects all over the world. And we'll get it done for free, except that it'll deduct from our $50,000. And if it's feasible and it's something we want to do, we may roll that into the next 5 years where we have more free engineering, so we could significantly reduce our upfront costs to make the project even more financially feasible.
That's great. Thank you very much for sharing that. What a great idea. So, Trustee LaRocca mentioned leave fireworks to the professionals. Sparklers burn at over 1,500 degrees, and all you got to do is Google online accidents that have happened using sparklers. So even as minor as they are. So if you were going to use a sparkler, don't hand it to a little kid. Make sure little kids don't reach out and try to grab it. They can leave second-degree burns and really cause some issues. So, and then just remember to shop in Carroll Stream. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Swarzing. Trustee Zalek.
I'd also like to thank Deputy Chief Mike Zockert as his promotion to Deputy Chief. I know Sergeant Don Cummings and Commander Cooper made the decision extremely difficult because they were both very, very good candidates for the position. So I also like to welcome Enrique to the family. Now that he's part of the family, I'm sure he'll enjoy his time here on Carroll Stream. And I've been getting a lot of Facebook comments about speeding autos in residential areas and stop signs and just poor driving. Please, please, when you're in the residential areas, obey the law. I mean, drive there like you think your kids live there. And I believe, stay off the phone because now it's a moving violation as of today. So drive safely in town, right? And that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Zalek. Trustee Frizzaloni.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I also want to congratulate Deputy Chief Zockert and want to add to the sentiment. Thank you to Commander Cooper and to Sergeant Cummings. We've got a great police department, and it shows when we've got quality people that are interviewing for these top positions. And Mr. Mayor, I believe you're right. We're going to see some great things happening in their careers as well. So thank you for that. We support our police department 100%. And speaking of the social media thing, we all see a lot of things on social media, people complaining about speeding is one thing. There's been other things that people have been asking about and criticizing about. And I just want to say, until you actually sit down and talk to our police department, or better yet, do a ride-along with our police department, it's really hard to judge the job that they do. So anytime that a resident starts to get critical of what our police department does or question what they do, I always encourage them, call the non-emergency number, ask to talk to one of the command staff, and set up a 4-hour ride-along, and it will be a very wide, eye-opening experience, and very entertaining sometimes. my ride-alongs are always entertaining. So I just want to throw that out, that is something that our police department does offer to our residents. Not all police departments do that, but our police department does do that. We've had some very successful Thursday night concerts. We got a little nervous last Thursday, we won't lie, with the parting of the clouds that came, the storm literally came around us and cleared up. But what's been absolutely amazing is the generosity of the people buying the 50/50 split the pot raffle tickets and donating the money back. One of those families actually has won twice and donated the money back, and that's our own Denise Kalki and her husband, Mark. They have been phenomenal. Mark, actually, his complaint was, and I wish I had known this, he really bought the raffle tickets to try and win a Culver's gift certificate. So we might be able to hook him up for the $500 or $600 that they've donated back to the Split the Pot. I think we know someone at Culver's. We might be able to hook him up. So just want to say thank you to the generosity, because there's been other families that have donated the money back. That money's going to our neighborhood food pantries, and wow, do they need the help. So please come out on Thursday nights, buy raffle tickets, send your neighbors with money if you can't, be there that night. We've got great raffle prizes every single week, but that money really goes for such a great cause. So please come out and see the concerts, and with that, I will wish everyone a happy and safe 4th of July. I will end my report.
Thank you, Trustee Frizzaloni. Trustee McCarthy.
Deputy Chief Zucker, congratulations, and I will echo again with Cooper and Cummins. To have that difficult of a decision makes us extremely lucky, is what it makes us. And we got a great set of guys and ladies, so I'm excited to just continue to see the police department grow. Enrique, welcome to the family, and that's what it is here. I mean, we're constantly reading 15, 20, 25, 30-year resolutions, so hopefully we'll be reading one for you. Happy and have a happy and safe 4th. Hope to see everybody at both the parade and then the concert and fireworks following. It's always a great time, as long as there's no crazy thunderstorms. The parade is always fantastic, and we always have a great time at the concert and then leading up to a really good fireworks show. The only thing I'll remind people of that I've done time and again is stop at crosswalks. If you're driving and there's somebody in a crosswalk, stop and let them cross. Look out from behind cars where little kids shoot out with their bikes. I just see a lot of times people having to hit their brakes really hard because they weren't paying attention, and luckily at the last moment they were able to see something. So just be, as I think has been mentioned, be aware of your surroundings and drive safe, and that's the end of my report.
You sure?
Yep.
Thank you, Trustee McCarthy. Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Actually, along the lines of, speaking of the children darting out and whatnot, actually had it happen to us driving down our own street. Our neighbor has this huge camper on their driveway, and we were coming from one end, and this kid just came off the driveway and actually T-boned us right in the car. But thank God we were going slow enough that nobody got hurt. But then I also hit it today where, the kids just were riding their bikes and just went in the street right in front of me. So along the lines of telling drivers to be extremely careful, also parents, please teach your children the proper way of entering a street and looking both ways and whatnot. Congratulations to Mike Zockert. What an exciting day for him, and I wish him all the best. And also in welcoming Enrique, I also would like to thank him for his service to the Marines. And then, speaking of the parade coming up, I'm really excited to have my brother participate in the parade this year. He works for Rush Truck Centers here in Carroll Stream, and he's going to have a really huge tow truck in the parade. So he's really excited to join us this year. And so, along with the fireworks and whatnot, if you guys can just also be aware that fireworks bother pets. It makes them go crazy. I have one dog that just goes nuts. So if you could, not do, well, plus it's against the law, but around in neighborhoods. But other than that, just keeping our military in mind and looking forward to seeing everybody on the 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Our village attorney, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just two things. My congratulations as well to new Deputy Chief Zockert, and wish everyone a very happy and safe Independence Day. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Meller, our village manager.
Well, there's been a lot of comments about the appointment of the deputy chief, about how difficult it was to make the decision. And as one of the interviewers, I can attest to that. We had 3 very well-qualified candidates. Appreciate Brian and Don Cummings. They all presented very well. Came down to very small differences. In the end, I think we made the right decision, and we look forward to working with Mike going forward. Mike's got over 2 decades of experience. We anticipate that all the successes he's had in the past will continue in the future. Welcome to Enrique, a very personable young man. He took over for Joe Rupp, who retired after 20 years of service with the village. Regarding the Independence Day activities, something new this year, we'll continue to have shuttle bus service, but it will be going to and from Glenbard North High School this year instead of in the industrial park. We still have 2 park and walk lots east of Gary Avenue on Lees Road. The police will assist walkers across Gary Avenue, but the shuttle bus service will begin at 7 p.m. For the fireworks and the band. And just a reminder that the Village Hall will be closed on the 4th, on Thursday. The PD will obviously remain open 24/7. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Before I give my report, I wanted to ask Mr. Modoff, our Public Works Director, how's this gas tax going to affect us in Carroll Stream? Because we run a lot of squad cars and all the equipment that we run.
Well, we purchase a significant amount of fuel, about 88,000 gallons are projected for this current fiscal year, and that does cover all the village's fleet, police, public works, engineering, community development, admin. About 83% of that is gasoline. Motor fuel state tax went up 19 cents per gallon effective today, but diesel also went up 24 cents per gallon in taxes. So again, that's about 17% of our $88,000 projected purchase. For the balance of this fiscal year, we're calculating about $14,000 to $15,000 additional dollars that we did not anticipate. If you annualize that, it's about $17,500 over the course of a 12-month period. So something we'll certainly have to react to in the current fiscal year, and something we'll have to plan for in the coming fiscal years.
Thank you, Mr. Modoff. You know, starting today, and I found it interesting, today started the new 21 and over tobacco and vaping, and I happened to be in a convenience store this morning, and a girl walked in, and she wanted a pack of cigarettes, and a guy looked at me, and he looked at her, and he looked at me like, he was trying to tell her who I was, I think is what he was, I don't know, I could be wrong. But he said, I can't sell you because you're not old enough, which was nice, and that was the plan. It was something that we decided as a board that we wouldn't put in until the state put it in. Now that the state put it in, I'm going to ask the chief of police, so what happens if you catch somebody that's under 21 with cigarettes? What do you do? Forget it, I know there's no answer, correct? I mean, that's the way we pass laws in the state. So you got to be 21 to have cigarettes if you want to buy them. But if you get caught with them, it doesn't mean nothing. So what difference does it make? I mean, and that's what happens when you make laws. I started a firestorm apparently today because all I asked on Facebook was, does anybody know what the price of a carton of cigarettes in Indiana is? And people were going crazy. And they're telling me, quit smoking. I never smoked in my whole life. I mean, it's like, and I'm not going to start. I mean, no matter how bad it gets. It's like what I was trying to figure out is, and when we do things, if we don't plan right, and that's why I like sometimes we take our time here and we plan and we look. It takes a little longer sometimes to get things done, but do it once and do it right. If I'm right, and Indiana is already $4 or $5 a carton cheaper, now they're probably $15 a carton cheaper with this $11 raise that went on. It was $1, but it's really $1.10. So on a carton of cigarettes, it becomes $11 more. $15 or $16 a carton on cigarettes is if I smoked, I go buy 4 or 5 cartons, and while I'm there, the gasoline's cheaper. And that was my point. The state hasn't figured it out that people, They made it sound on Facebook like Indiana was 1,000 miles away. They haven't figured it out. It's 15 minutes from downtown Chicago, 20 minutes in traffic to get into South Bend or wherever they go. I mean, it's not like it's that far. And I know that business, and all the gas stations on this side of the border are dying already because everybody goes to Indiana to buy their gas. It's a 15, 20-minute ride. They got to start thinking more about what they do and and I always say every action has a reaction. I don't think anybody really put a lot of thought into it. Yeah, we need better roads, and the 19 cents is going to help. But we'll be watching where that money's going. I mean, the lottery money, I don't know where all that went, but I mean, it was supposed to go to schools, but that didn't happen. So we'll be watching what happens. I mean, not that we could do anything about it, but I would just hope that after all the problems that they had in Springfield and everything that has been bad, and then they come up with all these new taxes, and then the last thing they do is give themselves a raise, I would be embarrassed to do that, I have to tell you. And I have to say that, and I don't care if they like it or they don't like it. I talk to them all anyway, and it doesn't matter. I mean, I couldn't do that here, and this board would never do it, and the staff would never let us do that. I mean, that'd be like letting 3 people go so we can get a raise or we can give the department heads a raise. That's never gonna happen. How do you do stuff like that? What are you thinking when you do it? I don't know. I think it's interesting though, but to come up with laws and not have any consequences for the laws bothers me. Texting and driving, that's a whole new one. I mean, that's a graduated fine. I heard the first fine is $75, then it's 100, and then it's 125, and then it's. Oh, it's,
Then you can lose your
what's the
license.
graduated scale? I just heard they're having a graduated scale?
You can lose your license.
You could lose your license. After three?
convictions. Yep.
Wonderful, that's a good thing. We're looking at, you know, and I hate to say it because I know a lot of people do it. You want to go to Jewel and run in and park in a handicap spot? Once we put our ordinance together, don't get caught, I could tell you right now, because if you call me or anybody on the board, we're not going to feel sorry for you. The handicap spots are for handicapped people, or for people that need to be parking in that spot. And if you want to park your car there and run in and get your stuff, and so you got a place to come out because it's raining, and you get a ticket, whoever's handicap sticker you use, you're going to lose it. If you're using your grandmother's or your wife's or your mother's or whoever it is, I mean, we're going to be strict on it. I won't help, believe me. We ain't going to make a law we can't enforce and have put some teeth into it. So please, and that's coming. We're working on the ordinance now to make sure that it's done right. Don't park in a handicap spot unless you have to have it and you have a handicap sticker. Gas tax, we talked about. Thank you, Phil, for that. The cigarettes, vehicle registration. I don't know what people are going to think, but I mean, there was 500 and some new bills that were passed. I don't know, over 1,000 new bills. I can't even think of them all. I just picked a few out. I mean, vehicle registration is going up. Everything is going up. We're going to be paying more. All I hope is that they take that money and pay the pensions that they're supposed to be paying, fix the roads like they're going to do, because they're going to be, this is going to bring in billions of dollars if they collect all the money that they're talking about. Billions. And billions is what we need to put the state back on the map the way it should be. I'll believe it when I see it, and until then, I mean, I haven't seen it yet. In 75 years, I haven't seen it. I think that it's time that somebody step up to the plate and try and hit a home run. And maybe our governor that's down there now could, but I think we're all going to pay for the players, so we'll see. Chicago. 56 shot and 4 fatal over the weekend, again. I mean, I know she's got her hands full. I think that she's going to be an excellent mayor. I mean, I said it before. We drafted a letter and sent it on behalf of me and our board to tell her that we're small cog in this big wheel, but she's going to need help. She's not going to be able to pull this off in Chicago. And I put that in Facebook, and somebody said, you want to pay for all their pensions in Chicago? No, I want them to quit killing each other in Chicago. I want them to figure some, and you can see it already with the taking all the power away from the aldermen. We don't have aldermen. We don't have that power. The power is sitting at the end over here and over here. What we do is we make sure that they do what they should do, and then we make sure we don't do what we shouldn't do. We do the right thing. But when you give that much power to an alderman to say who could have zoning, who could have this, who could have that, who gets the permits for whatever they want, it can't be anything but bad. And I think it's starting to come to a head now. You're seeing them, they're starting to drop like flies, and I think she's going to continue to push until she gets all of the swamp drained. I've heard that comment before, and I think that, I think she's going to do a good job. I just hope that I'm right. I think that's what they needed in Chicago, somebody that doesn't owe anybody anything, that can go in and do the job. So I just want to say publicly that I know it's going to be tough, but I hope that she becomes part of our Illinois Municipal League and DuPage Mayors and Managers and works with the rest of us in the COGS to work together as a big team, because together we can get things done. If we split, we can't get too much done. So with that, everybody have a good 4th of July. I'm looking forward to everybody coming out. Enrique, I met him earlier tonight, wonderful. Mike Sackert, it was a tough decision. We had 3 good candidates. It's nice to have 3 good candidates that are more than qualified to be able to do something instead of having to just put someone in. That means we got backup to the backup, which is a good thing. We've talked about that. So with that, thank you. And with that, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Fruzzaloni. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Zalek?
Aye.
Trustee LaRocca?
Aye.
Trustee Giesers?
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzaloni?
Aye.
Trustee Shorzy?
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you again for.